How are we all doing? We are freaking live, aren't we? Niall, how are you doing, mate?
All good after that Liverpool result, mate.
Exactly. I just felt like, we were not supposed to do a live stream because the games come thick and fast, and it's been New Year's, and I just felt like, we were in the spaces talking, and I was like, we got to do this. We have to do this. We have to celebrate the Scousers dropping points with 3-1.
Let's face it, it probably should have been about 6-2 to Brentford as well.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? We actually got pumped against Brentford ourselves, but and they're
Yeah.
not a bad side. At the end of the
We got
day.
we got battered for that, mate. But I bet Liverpool don't get hounded for losing to Brentford.
Hmm.
We lost with our manager's
Absolutely.
first or second game in charge of his new club. They've had Klopp for
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah. I'd like to hear what the Klopp is saying now for excuse. Like, what's the excuse of him
Yeah.
losing? He
And
might go like,
Brentford are
yeah,
right behind them now as well, 2 points behind them.
yeah. But it's in terms of the league positioning, this is great news for us. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been having like, 7 in a bounce, like, 7 wins in a bounce. We saw the opposition dropping points in terms of Chelsea. We saw Liverpool dropping points. We saw everyone dropping points. And actually tomorrow, Arsenal is playing Newcastle as well. So yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about that game?
Like I said, man, I said it backstage, and as a neutral, you would want Newcastle to take all 3 points. Just have a great
Mm,
title race this season between three, four, five clubs. But as a
100%.
United fan, we need Arsenal to take all 3 points off Newcastle because
Yeah,
if we're going to get top four, we need the people around us to be dropping the points. And seeing as Arsenal are already top of the league, let them take the 3 points from me.
100%. No, I
I
don't
mean,
mind.
they'll
I
take a
don't mind.
draw, but
Yeah, I don't mind for the league. I mean, it's exciting. Like, Arsenal is on top of the league. Yeah, it's fine. If we win tomorrow, we might end up in third. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's all exciting times. And you and me, we'd had conversations before. I said like, forget about current form, forget about points tallies before the World Cup. And I said to you, it's where it counts. It's whoever hits run of forms, starts hitting backs and goals to
yeah.
the end of the season will win the league. And that's pretty much what it is. Newton's law, isn't it? What comes up must come down. And I don't know. I mean, I'm so happy for Arsenal and Arteta. They're stuck to the manager, but at the same time, they're having quite a thin squad. So they're just a few injuries away, a few
Yeah.
parties, no party without party. You know what I mean? So what's your
Well,
take on that?
they will invest in January. They'll get, I don't know, maybe two, possibly three at a push players in January, and I
Mm,
think that will just about give them enough cover until summer where they need to then invest in the depth department because
mm,
the bench is weak and so is ours. You've seen that when we have a couple of injuries, we're playing kids. So if Arsenal do that now, get a couple in January, get some in some of them to finish off that
mm,
job. So they've got what a good strong 16, 18 players. Then
mm,
they're set then to do what they're doing now because I already think they're one season ahead for what they planned.
mm,
I think this title race is supposed to be next season when they've got these extra players in. So I think they're in good stead. But with with Newcastle, the sleeping giant being woken up with new owners, United potentially to be woken up again with new owners, City, Liverpool if they get the investment or new owners, Chelsea have got Kohler. I mean, I don't know whether Arsenal will be able to sustain it over the next few years or not because they probably won't
mm,
get that investment that all these other big teams with mega rich owners have got now.
mm.
But let them enjoy it while they've got it. They're doing great.
100%. Going back to the chats, big up James O'Malley. Hi Niall, how you doing, mate? Nice to
Yes,
see you in the
James, you're
chat,
right,
Niall.
pal.
Big up, big up, big up. And of course, hi to Mick. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah, don't
James.
forget Mick.
How you going? Mansur he's saying, you're doing a great job, boys. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thanks,
for
man,
coming on
sir.
the channel.
Appreciate it.
And James is going too early, like premature ejaculation. He says 1-1 Newcastle Arsenal. Yeah, of course, we're gonna get to that. I think Newcastle might get one, 2-1. I think that's my score prediction.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying they've got a feeling Newcastle's going to do it tomorrow. But
Yeah.
like I say, as a United fan, I hope not. But let's see. It'll be a great watch anyway. United's not on the TV tomorrow, so I'll definitely be watching that one.
There's certain ways you can watch that stream
Oh
without
yeah, I know,
even
yeah,
promoting it in a way.
yeah.
I think that tomorrow, if Newcastle will break that chain of command, it will be the downfall of the down spiral of Arsenal's winning streak and gas, and barring that, we are also playing them further down the track in January as well. It's going to be quite exciting at
Yeah.
um, but let's talk about Liverpool. What's going on there? Like, is Liverpool dead? They're mid-table right now, or together with Chelsea?
But they're not getting top four, in my opinion. People are saying they
No.
still will. I thought they might have a chance of, but just the last game that they played and then tonight as well, they are fragile.
Yeah,
There's
in the back.
there's nothing to them anymore. They've got the attack in, but Nunes can't finish his dinner. And then at the back and midfield, they're just losing out on every battle. They look so
Did we
weak.
did we dodge out the two left feet Nunes? Or what I mean, mate?
I mean, honestly though,
She's on.
Nunes, he's a top quality striker in the sense he's in the right positions
Mm,
all the time, but he just seems to be very erratic with his finishing. I don't know whether it's
mm,
nerves or adjustment period or what, but that needs to be trained out of him and get that sharp
yeah.
shooting back.
She's only saying Liverpool is dead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I wonder what Klopp is saying now in the post-match reaction. What he's going to blame it on? Like, you can't blame it on the weather, right? So
Well, there was at Brentford, wasn't there? So maybe
yeah.
it was the pie prices were too high that he had pre-match or something like that.
Oh,
No,
loving it,
the pie
guys.
wasn't cooked. I felt a bit poorly. I couldn't get instruct my
Yeah,
players.
yeah, yeah. No,
No,
and
but
and they
I think
also.
they will be dead though. With what Zishan said, I think they could be dead as in once Klopp leaves, because I don't see who they're going to get in. I
No.
mean, they're not a Man City because Man City were winning things before Pep came with
Mm,
Mancini and Pellegrini. So I think they could still get a decent manager in and carry on where Pep left off, just not the same footballing style,
yeah.
but they'll still have that thoroughbred in them. Whereas Liverpool, I think they'll be fucked again without Klopp.
But is it fair to say that they are on a decline at the moment and massively need a rebuild, aging squad?
Yeah,
You know, of course
it's
they
because
got Cody
they didn't.
Gakpo.
Yeah, but they didn't reinvest in that centre midfield, and that's
They didn't.
where they went
That's what's
wrong.
surprising me.
And they've just done it
Yeah.
again with Gakpo now. They need a centre midfielder, not a bloody attacker.
So why did they
No,
go for Gakpo? That it doesn't
it's
compute in my mind.
well, is Klopp secretly losing trust and faith in Nunes? I mean,
Probably.
he's topping the charts for all the wrong reasons. It's for big misses.
Mm,
15. Well, it's probably more than that now that the 90 minutes is over. So
mm.
I think it could be that. Maybe
Yeah.
he's just losing confidence, but he still needed that midfield sorting.
Yeah. No. I'm just, I couldn't care less about Liverpool. I'm just having a bants and laugh, and
Yep.
it's there. Run there, Nunes.
Do you know who they've got next? Because that could be interesting. I've not seen it.
No, I don't know.
No.
I'm only looking at our fixtures. That's what's interesting in a way. But if we're talking about our current form, I'm quite positive. Like because we were talking in spaces before, and I said like what people haven't noticed is that Ten Hag had 5 weeks to work with his current squad. Like, and he hadn't had that time before, the luxury, because the game's been thick and fast in between, and the World Cup actually gave him the time to sort of work with the fringe players.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you noticed, but the last 3 games we played since we came back, you saw the difference in the substitutes coming in. They exactly knew this, they knew the system, they were playing for the team, and they were like playing like possessed. I'm talking about Fred. What the hell happened to Fred? He came in, the other day and was like mint,
Yeah. He's
Donny van
playing
de
for a new
Beek. Oh,
contract though.
yeah, you reckon? But I'm not worried in a certain sense, like, because Garnacho is a player that excites me. I think that Anthony, there's a player in it. We see it. It's just that coming back from the World Cup, and I think he's trying to live up to the price tag. The 100
Yeah.
million price tag. If he only relaxes, things will come through. But I think
But
this is a game. Yeah.
saying that though, Mick, everyone's hounding Anthony, and even
Mm,
United fans are hounding Anthony about 100 million. They was loving him when he first came because he scored 2 goals in his first 2 games, or was it 3 goals in his first 3 games? And then
mm.
because he got injured before the World Cup, went off to the World Cup, come back, had a couple of dodgy games, they're all slating him. other rival
Yeah,
fans are laughing, haha, 100 million for Anthony. But no one's bloody doing it, talking about Nunez, are they, at Liverpool, 100 million?
true,
You know what I mean?
true,
It's
true, true.
ridiculous. And
But in
Jack
a way, I
Grealish as
mean,
well.
yeah. I mean, our fan base, some of them, they don't understand football properly. They think it's free FIFA career mode, and
Yeah.
they're so like flip-flopping. Like, you got to understand it takes a period to get into the team, the squad, but there's a player in him, like,
Yeah, he needs to
and I
he needs
think,
to learn what his teammates are going to do,
yeah.
where they're going to pass it, where he needs to be. You know.
No, I understand that people want delivery now. Give it to me now. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
If you're not performing, okay. But there's a reason why Ten Hag is playing with him, because he knows this player from Ajax before. He knows what he's all about. And I think this Bournemouth game will be, his big, like, you know what I mean. He's going to shine in Bournemouth because it's a
Yeah.
perfect team to run at your defenders and do your thing, right?
So I think it's a lot to do with culture, normal life that we have now. Everything's instant
Mm,
now. Amazon Prime
mm,
next day, same day. Deliveroo, Uber Eats, everything's now, 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 now. You can just get it at a click. And I don't know why people seem to take that mentality into sport. It's
mm.
unreal.
What do we know about Bournemouth, Niall? I don't know much about it because I haven't watched much about him. So,
Well,
what do you know about Bournemouth?
they was doing pretty piss poor under Scott Parker when they first came
Mm,
up. And obviously he got shipped out and then they had the interim manager in charge. But he was in charge for a lot of games and suddenly they was winning every game or getting points from every game. They was in relegation under Scott Parker.
mm,
He came in and he got them up to, I think, about as high as ninth or 10th or something like that they're at now as an interim manager, and then they actually gave him the job in the end. So they could be a banana skin,
could be.
but I do think they are a bit like Forest, really, in playing style and talent
Mm,
wise, but they seem to be getting the results, whereas Forest don't. So there could be potential for a slip up, but I think it should be a pretty routine win,
yeah.
really.
They're sitting 15th in the table.
Oh, no, they've dropped down a bit then. Okay.
Yeah, below Leeds.
Yeah.
And what can we expect in terms of playing style? Do you think they're gonna park the bus, four in the back, five in the back, make a low block, make it hard for us? So
I think it'll
we're
possibly
kind
be
of used
five
to
at
it,
the
right?
back, but there'll be more attacking than defending with that five at the back, if you know what I mean.
Mm,
But they'll try and make it difficult, but they also will try and have a bit of pride and try and play as well.
mm. In terms of our current form, like how confident you that we will have a high scoring, like and you know
In
so
terms of
I
goal
see.
numbers,
Yeah, because I get some positive from James here saying 6-0 United. I was like, oh,
oh, James is in the
I don't
bar again. He's drunk.
know. Now, in terms of form, I think we're doing well, mate. I think the back four, even with the Luke Shaw coming in playing like what do you call it?
Luke Shaw as a left back has just put Harry Maguire to fifth choice centre back now. There's only four of
Exactly
them.
the substitute left back, and you have a England captain left back sitting on the bench, and you picking Luke Shaw. There's something wrong with that. Do you think there will be the same lineup, or will you see Luke Shaw again lining up and just
I don't
as
think
a left back?
Shaw will be at centre back unless Martinez is not back playing, but I do think he'll be back in Martinez.
Hmm.
I think he might at least play 45 minutes, the first 45, and then they'll swap around with Malacia and Shaw and stuff. But
Hmm.
generally the same lineup as last game. And if
Yeah.
Martinez is playing, then I don't see Wan-Bissaka starting again. It'll be Malacia out on the right.
Jimmy's saying he wish to your previous comment.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. Let's just dive into the starting 11 predictor because we never get it right anyway. At the end of the day, Ten Hag knows best. We just predict it. So
I don't know.
if
I
we were,
think I think everyone I've been on and done, I think I've only been like one player out. So I'm on
yeah,
okay form.
all right, let's go for it. Radio, are we there? So I don't see much of a change, Niall. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me. De Gea, it's clear and obvious to me. He did a worldie. For me, he was one of the man of the match.
Yeah.
Did you see the face of Neves? You know, he thought that I was one. Like, what?
If what? So
Yeah,
you're breaking up a bit there, Mick.
yeah. I said, did you see the face of Ruben Neves? You know, after that save on the free kick,
Oh yeah.
that was like he was there like Flash Gordon, right? It was amazing. So De Gea is for me at any given now that Dubravka is gone. I think we will see Luke Shaw going back to left back. I think that Martinez will be back as a left-sided centre back along with Varane. I think Van Bissaka will still earn his spot because I don't think Delo is match fit as of yet. So, any comments regarding that? Do you agree
Yeah,
with that
that's.
back four?
Yeah, I just think if Martinez is playing, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka will lose his spot because Shaw will be back out on the left side, and I think Mlily will go right again.
100%. Do you see any rotation in the midfield, or do you think he will go the same, like Casillero, Eriksen, and Bruno?
Yeah, it'll be the same three, and then the same front three as well. You can't really do much changing, can you? Because we've got nothing.
Yeah. Rashford to start on the left, Martial in the middle, and Anthony on the right.
Yeah.
I think it's quite an easy one, but you know what? It could be so that he also rotates, but I would think that he will do most of the rotation on Friday in the FA Cup against Everton. That's where you see the likes of probably Donny van de Beek starting. But it is what it is. Garnacho as well.
Yeah, I think he'll get 20 minutes in this game and then probably start against Everton.
So anyway, I think this, Ten Hag will kind of do his substitution in the second half, 60 minutes, bring in some rotation, bring in like Donny van de Beek, bring in Fred, potentially sub up Rashford for a rest or Martial.
No, it'll be Martial, mate, because he did it last game as well. The game before Wolves, I don't know if he did it on the Wolves game because I was out in Manchester. So I didn't really get to see much of it. But he mentioned that he did it just to basically prevent any chance of him getting injured. So it's 20 minutes less chance of him being injured, sort of thing. So I think he'll come off again around the same point.
Yeah, he tends to do that. Like, he tends to swap out Martial and put Rashford in the middle, bring in Garnacho on the left wing, and it's a good weapon as well. Like,
I mean, I've had no info on it, but I've got a feeling that Martial needs to stay fit now for the rest of the season, because if he doesn't, I think Ten Hag's going to try and get rid of him in summer because you can't rely on him.
No, fair enough. It's quite easy to pick, isn't it? If you look at it nowadays. But at the end of the day, we will see tomorrow, 1 hour before the kickoff, and we will go like, "Oh, we were wrong." When did we ever get a starting 11 right? Yeah.
I know, like I said, 1 or 2 players out in it, but never spot on yet.
Yeah, if James Mahoney is saying it's a matter of time until we start scoring big, creating so much, we just need to finish our dinner. Yeah, spot on, James. Big up for that. I think
to do it.
Yeah, I mean, from my analysis, is to say that the back four has been built. It's solid, right? We have Varane being the general in the back now with Martinez. Oh my God,
being the butcher,
being one of the player of the years. Midfield, we have Casillero, the registrar, together with dictating the tempo, together with Eriksen and Bruno. So that's
we just need that ball carrying box to box midfielder, that number 8 to sit with Casillero and just do the magic there. It'll free up Bruno as well because he won't have to do as much tracking back.
There is a Frankie De Jong talks coming out in the media, right? So
I mean, you can see why he wanted him, because you can see what we're missing, and it is missing that type of profile of player.
What's your thought process in the possibility of getting him on a loan in January with the option to buy in summer? Do you see that happening?
Possibly on the basis of there was rumour that Barcelona wanted Ruben Neves, obviously, as they have done for a while. And if they get him on loan in January with a mandatory to buy in summer, then there's a possibility they could do the same kind of deal with United sending Frankie De Jong our way. But we'll see.
They are in trouble.
If not, they'll go back in summer, and they need to get rid of people. They're screwed.
There was reports coming out that they need to get rid of about 200 million euros in the players' wage bill as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, even
So
at the end
if
of summer, Laporta come out and said we'll be exploring the free agent market next season as well. So
mm, mm,
they're looking at free players, and now I've read that they can't even go in through that Makuku, the young lad from Dortmund, even though he
mm,
would be on a free because
mm.
the league's not allowing them to do that because of wages and money.
I
So they
even
even
heard
have
that
to get rid of
Rafinha
people for
is.
free.
I even heard that they're going to get rid of Rafinha in the summer as
Oh,
well.
shit. Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah,
No, but there's a deal to be made. I mean, it's just the start of January. I mean, yeah, if there's a loan market, there's a brilliant loan market if they can get him on a loan with an option to
yeah.
buy in the summer.
I mean,
Because
they're even saying that they want to keep Busquets and Roberto for another year. Now they might
mm,
want to do that, and they might be saying that, but their wages are so high. They're only
mm,
going to stay if they reduce wages massively to stay for an extra year. So if they don't, again, they need a lot of players out.
yeah. In terms of our targets, I mean, we are heavily linked with João Felix. I reported today that Atletico Madrid wants a package of 21 million euros for him,
Yeah,
which is 50 million loan fee and 6 million to cover his all wages.
yeah.
Do you think that is smart business, or do you think that we really need that, or do you reckon it could be lower down, or what's your thought process regarding that?
I
Could he
think
do a job?
yeah and no. I don't see where he fits in, even with Gakpo as well. At the point of Gakpo, you may be able to convince him that he's going to be rotational but used quite a lot. But you're not going to do it with João Felix. And he's not a
Mm,
proper number nine. I don't give a shit what anyone says. He's not. He can play in the
he's not.
false nine, but his best position is number 10. But he did do
Mm,
well on the left in the World Cup, actually, coming in from the left. But
mm,
if he's coming in as a 10, is Bruno getting dropped? No.
mm,
He's going to want to be a key player starting every game. Is he the right man to replace Martial? No, they're pretty much the same profile of striker if you're looking at it, because
mm.
Martial's not a striker naturally either.
No.
So where's he coming into it? And then if you add Gakpo in there, is he benching Rashford? No. Is he benching
Mm-mm.
Anthony? No, because he just spent 100 million on Anthony. Where's it all fitting in? But I think if we're getting Jao on loan, if we were to buy him in the summer, then I think Erik ten Hag has to get rid of Martial, because then we've
Mm.
got that Martial kind of striker who can stay fit, unlike Martial, and then we can go for a Vlahovic, Osherman, or whatever like that for that different profile type of striker.
Yeah.
That'd be my
I think
dream on it, but
there might be something in it what you're saying, in terms of his thought process. But I think his thought process is to get by this season, to play false nine, banging on that Martial is fit, and use Rashford as a central striker as well. We've
yeah,
seen the change.
yeah.
So he needs, like, he knows we're playing a lot of low block teams, so we need a little bit of creativity. And
hmm
yeah, I think he can do a job.
Which is
Who
why
are
I
we to
think he likes
say?
Martial, because he does that bit that he needs
Mm,
to break them blocks. But also, he will want a proper striker as well to height,
mm,
so you can mix it up. You can play one game where you don't need that big striker and proper just mix it around. And like say, if you've got a Jow, you can drop him into Cam if Bruno's
mm.
injured or suspended, and then you've still got your other striker anyway. It would work in the type of having two different types of strikers. Who it
Yeah.
would be doesn't really matter at the minute, but that would be the ideal
I'm
for me.
I'm okay if we are, if everyone knows the system, everyone is adapted to a system, they know how to play. We are starting to see some fluidity in the front. We are starting
I
to
still think we're
fire.
nowhere near either as well. I still think we're
No, we are
nowhere near
nowhere
what
near.
Van Hag wants.
No, we're not. No, no, we're not. And I think the big striker, the big target that he wants will come in this summer. That's it. So it's all about getting by to the, end of season, end of May.
Everyone keeps
Rotation
saying,
is
"Oh, he
key.
likes false nines." No, he brought in Haller for God's sake from
Mm,
West Ham where he flopped, and he was ended up being top scorer in the Champions League for Ajax. So he does like a big striker as well.
yeah. James saying Bruno is the number 8. Yeah,
If he,
yeah,
if he
but
could
he
start out his tackling, then I would put him in an A next to Casa. But
going to the comments. Noah, the era come to an end, baby. Yeah.
yeah, man.
Glazes out, glazes out. No, I'm thinking in general I'm okay if we start utilizing some youth, some fringe players as well. We do have a good squad actually when you think about it on paper, and you know he's come out to say that he's also taking in charge of the reserves. So that gives you also
Yeah,
an indication that yep,
the youth
things are
teams and
coming.
stuff like that.
Youth,
And
yeah.
a report came out not long before we came live as well that when he was at Ajax, he even watched the under eights and under nines on multiple occasions and stayed and watched the whole matches. Like so
Mm,
that's some mad forward planning that. You know
that
what I
is.
mean? Who's going to be at
He's
a
the
club that
best.
long to see them under eights in the first team, really? But you got
You
to
know,
love it.
you can imagine his wife living with him, like, he's totally obsessed, living 24/7 football, like,
I think that's what your wife feels like with you, isn't
Yeah, yeah.
it?
Shh. All
No,
right,
but
so
it's great because he's making sure that his methodology, ideology, style is being imprinted from such a young age in the academies. And you've got
yeah,
to do that at a club like Ajax as well because they're renowned for it, aren't they?
yeah. If I haven't said it before, like, I'm seeing you for the first time this new year. Happy New Year,
Oh, yeah.
Niall.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, everyone in the
see you.
chat.
Everyone in the chat too.
Cheers.
Let's go. I thought I would do a 30 minutes live stream, so
Yeah.
just let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's go on the score prediction. Yeah.
Everyone in the chat, send your score predictions as well.
Everyone in the chat, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Even better, you can join the community as well because that's newly launched. But I want your score prediction in here. James was already saying 6-0. That was a little bit too positive. And James is also saying, stay off your drinks. Oh no, I don't
No,
want to
I'm
have
not
that one.
being told off an Irishman to stay off my drinks.
Yep. Don't tell the Irishman to stay off his drinks now. How positive are you? Are you going with okay, Fahim Faisal? Here we go. A realistic Fahim Faisal saying 2-0. 2-0.
That's realist. I was expecting it to be Ayush saying 11-0 or something.
Oh, where is Ayush? Ayush
Is
goes
that seen it?
9-0. Um, I go 3-0 actually, to be honest.
No, I'm with
I don't see
Faisal.
us
I'm with
2-0.
Faisal. I think 2-0. Yeah, just a
2-0.
standard routine win. Like I said, I don't think we're scoring lots of goals and burying teams just yet, but it will come.
I I had Standish or Phil Standish saying 4-0 earlier to me. A big up Phil. He could not be on the stream either, but he go 4-0 and I said, oh, you're Mr. Positive. I'm more like, little bit drawn down my positivity. So yeah, 3 points is
Yeah.
what matters. So even if it's 2-0 like Fahim Faisal saying what you saying, I'm happy. But if I got to put my score, oh my God, James, I love your positivity, mate. Why lower down the standards?
I tell
Six.
you what though, mate. Mick, James seems to win a lot of bloody bets, so I might just go and put that on.
Should we do a co-punt on James Mahoney? 6-0 United, Rashford, hat-trick, Bruno, Garnacho, Martial.
Yeah,
Ooh, okay. We take that to the bank,
that's what I mean.
Mr.
He
J.
normally wins his bets, Mick, so I'm going to go and put that on.
6-0.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Ah,
And them goal scorers as well, mate. I'd love to see the odds on that.
all right. The game is not shown broadcast on British BBC. No, sorry, on Sky
British
Sports or
TV.
BT.
Yeah.
Where is it broadcast at all?
Yeah.
IPTV.
hmm
Certain links, certain streams.
Where there's a will,
You
there's a
plenty.
way. That's all we can say.
100%. Listen, people, I'm confidently going with 3-0. Niall is going
I'm going
2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Fahim Faisal also 2-0. And I got to play. This is the winner of today, 6-0 by James Mahoney. Big up, James.
We'll keep that
Guys,
receipt, James.
the beautiful part is that the Scousers lost today with 3-1 over Brentford, a team that we also got slapped on
And
early
they're
in the
not getting
season,
top four.
and they're not getting top four.
Calling it now,
If
mate. They're
we,
not getting it.
we are 4 points behind City. We can go even on second place. I'm not going to get giddy. The wheels can come off Arsenal. So, yeah, I'm not going to say it, but yeah,
Consistency is key for every team now at this point.
maybe
That's all we can
21.
say.
I don't know. That's it. But listen, Fantastic. So I'm really looking forward for the game tomorrow, and also FA Cup on Friday. At the end of the day, do we really need to go far in that cup? We have so many games, the Europa League. Something's got to give, Niall.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Or should we just go all in? Fuck it.
No, I'm
Nope.
I'm staying sensible.
Yeah. Guys, this is the crazy world of MUC Realist TV. This has been Mick Ruby and Niall James from Let's Talk Football and MUC Realist TV. This is the first stream we do together of this new year, and we will be many, many more. Niall will be in controls over the watch-alongs. Are you going to do watch-along tomorrow or no?
I won't be able to watch it. So
That's it. That's it. So there will be no watch-along. We were supposed to do a watch-along last game, but something happened. We had some
Boxing
technical
Day,
issues.
yeah, I had a load of problems going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, beautiful people, stay beautiful. Hug each other in the traffic. Don't be nasty. You know, be nice to your family. Be nice to people in the Twitter spaces as well. And remember, fight fire with water. That's what we do here.
Speaking of Twitter
Yep.
Spaces, Mick, I might catch you there tomorrow if you want to jump in. I'll do a little pre-match anyway.
100%. 100%.
Thanks very much for having
All
me,
right,
both.
people. Good night. It is 3 o'clock in Thailand, where I am now. I don't know. It's about 8 o'clock your time, isn't it?
Yeah,
UK.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
Wherever you are watching the world, be nice, stay red, and stay positive.
Have a good
See
night.
you.
Happy New Year,
Sign up.
everyone.
Yes. Bye.